Hey there, guys. Happy Monday. We have a lovely back day planned, but first things first, I have a confession to make. So I feel like that I shattered bodybuilding bro code because I was at 7-Eleven before. I forgot my, first of all, I was mad that I forgot my my coffee cup, you know, like my Yeti that I always fill up. So I got one of theirs. And I'm gonna tell you the hack to getting proper 7-Eleven coffee too in a moment. But anyway, what I have to apologize for is through my entire bulking phase, apologize to all the bros, I don't think I've had I can't remember the last time I had a Rice Krispie treat. And man, I'm sorry, I know that's basically one of the staples. So, from the bottom of my heart, you know, from the bottom of my glutes to the top of my traps, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking for a snack. I want a little something else to munch on after my meal because I'm on the way to the gym now. Just finished up meal 3. And I'm like, I didn't know what I wanted. I saw those Rice Krispie treats. I'm like, man, I can't remember the last time I had one of these. But now I can. It's right now. And my fellow bros, I'm sorry. And my friends that are cutting, I'm a little bit more sorry. My bad, guys. So, I guess before I forget too, the secret to perfect, or I guess better, 7-Eleven coffee is you gotta take your mug or your little cup, whatever you got going. Thank you. And you gotta put some ice in it first, just a little bit of ice. Otherwise, if you've ever gotten 7-Eleven coffee before, you know that thing's gonna be impossible to drink for about 45 minutes. Or you're gonna scold the heck out of your mouth. So, it's a stupid little hack, but it's a damn good one. So put a little ice in your coffee before you put it in there, and you will be all set. So back there today. First of all, I'm excited to see what I weigh because I'm feeling big, I'm feeling strong. I mean, hungry as heck. I'm excited to see if that's translating still over 240. I believe we will be today. I believe so. Been eating good every single day. That's just kind of how we do it. And we're going to see what happens there. So, we're going to start with some rope pullovers, nice and light. I always said that with like a rope pullover and then like a rope row. Very light, nothing crazy. Just get some blood in my back. I'm going to follow that with some really heavy dumbbell rows. Right into this like old close grip row machine they have, but it's like a higher up machine, so you're pulling down like this. It's really good, it's really smooth. It's a great piece. Those into the standard classic lat pull downs on a cable. From there, go to like a low hammer piece. Really squeeze those lower lats, try to blow them up a little bit. That's where it starts right into your rectors, right into your butt. Lat pullovers after that. Make sure we gotta hit some calves today too. And as far as the training split, it's about what it's looking like today, you know? So, I'm feeling good. I think it's going to be a good one. It's something on my shoulder is my only thing I'm a little bit concerned about. And of course, you know, half the time we injure ourselves, it's never in the gym. It's always doing something stupid. I remember I was walking around this morning, I was, you know, stretching a little bit, and I felt like a little bit of a sharp pain at my rotator cuff. I didn't know where it came from or what it was. So, it feels actually a lot better right now. But, you know, now I'm aware of it, so I'm going to see or rather if that translates into my actual weight training session or not. And I'm sure it'll be alright. Not worried about it. I did a couple rows and stuff this morning, a couple pull-ups, just to make sure I'm like, am I good? It's fine, no problem. So I'm trying to figure out something to do with our 100 subscriber celebration. Because I feel like it needs to include 100 reps of something or 100 pounds of something. So that's the correct temperature. I can drink it now. Or what about 100 reps and 100 pounds? I think you guys might be onto something with that one. It's got to be at the end of the workout, because if I do a random 100 rep set in the middle of my training session, I don't want it to fatigue anything else, because that's going to pump a lot of blood in the muscle, which is awesome, which is great, and I love a good pump set, but I don't want to hinder it. So I'm thinking, actually I'm knowing, I'm not just thinking, I'm knowing here. I used to do these lifts, I called them back shrugs, where it's not like a shrug from your back. Did I call them back shrugs? Yeah, I called them back shrugs. Where instead of going like this, right, I'd have my arm straight with like a regular rowing piece, and I would like shrug it back like that to try to build up the muscles that are on the right and left of the spinal cord, just to help build that density up too, and, you know, keep my spine strong. I always felt great when I was doing those, and man, at the end of a workout, you feel them something fierce. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do a 100 reps, 100 rep set, most likely of 100 pounds on there on the regular seated cable piece after I'm done everything. And I'm going to follow that with my working sets of quote-unquote back shrugs. I think that'd be a nice way to celebrate 100 followers, which is pretty cool. Which is pretty cool, man. Now, when we get to 1,000 followers, that might be a problem. Because I consider myself a pretty strong guy. I don't think I'm rowing 1,000 pounds for 1,000 reps. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to. But I don't think I know anybody who can row 1,000 pounds for 1,000 reps. So we might have to come up with a little bit something different there. But that's the game plan right now, guys. And I'll see you inside.
Yeah, I was using this.
No. So back days finished. There was a line and a half for the posing room that I was not waiting on today. So no posing, but just picture me however you want to. Let's just pretend I was jacked and shredded today. I weighed 242, which is nice. I got my fancy pants on. Let me show you. Where are we? There we go. Got my fancy pants on. These things are great. They are unbelievably comfortable to train in. So, nice, big, baggy. Whew. And when you're lifting, like I always say, there's no reason to have the tightest possible thing on you own. You know, if you're trying to look big in the gym too, like if you think, if I wear something tight, a leaf fell in my car when I opened the window up. But if you're thinking you're gonna look bigger by wearing something tight, man, you actually look a lot smaller, because what you end up doing is constricting your arms, where if you wear something nice, big and baggy, you know, people don't tell you this, but you end up, you know, there's a lot of hang on the shirts. And granted, if you're a heavier person, you might not want that hang. But if you're somebody who's pretty lean, you're trying to look bigger, that hang, what does it do? It just looks like more muscle, you know? But it's like real life Photoshop. So here's a little tip for you if you want to look jacked up in the gym. Either wear a hoodie, because if the hoodie material is this thick, right, you look this much thicker everywhere. I wish I could train in a hoodie, but I overheat like it's nobody's business. To the point where I always run really hot, super hot. And the best purchase I ever made was, I'm not endorsed by these people by any means, but I have mentioned them on my social media 1.5 million times. It's called a bed jet. It's like an air conditioner for your bed. So it goes up to like 100 and something degrees. It goes down to like 60 something degrees. But what's cool about it is, when you're a bigger guy like you or me or somebody like that, the compression of the comforters is, you know, not having that airflow is what makes us just sweat and get really hot all night. So it's kind of like this PVC tube that goes over the sheet but under the comforter, so that it keeps a constant airflow on you, but it's not blowing on your feet all night. You know what's funny is, I realized that's what I needed a long time ago. And I was just looking to see if it existed. Like, is there a bed air conditioner or a bed fan or something along those lines? Because I was this close to making one myself. You know, that's like a little entrepreneur in me. Probably would have ended up trying to sell them. Explaining it like a madman. Like, are you hot in bed? Well, do I have something for you? But, yeah, my plan was to get some PVC pipes, run them underneath my comforters, and have a fan attached underneath. I wasn't even thinking heat or cold or anything. I was just thinking, get me some airflow before I suffocate. And man, that thing, let me tell you, that thing changed my life. It's one of those few things in this world where it's like when you talk about your dog, you know, you immediately light up and you smile. That bed jet for me, it's the exact same way. I get giddy like a kid. I'm like, oh, this thing's great. It changed my life. I love it. I recommend it to everybody. Like, the second somebody says they didn't sleep well, I'm like, are you a hot sleeper? I should be doing the infomercials for them. A buddy of mine used to run a podcast with me. I ran it together. It was called The Boys and Rizzles. And whenever we mentioned a product, we would always say, send the check. Send the check, right? So, bed jet, send the check. Damn, guys. It was a good day. It was a great back workout. What'd we do? What'd we do different today? The dumbbell rows, added another rep. Maintained the partial, so instead of 9 with the 160, we hit 10 with the 160s. Nice, smooth, controlled. Squeezed it. Got a video for you guys of the rack pulls that you already saw. We're slowly reintroducing them to the workout because I haven't done them in, God, almost a year now. It was right by when I injured myself in March. I stopped doing them, and it's, you know, early December now, which is crazy to begin with. But yeah, I haven't done them in about that long. So, went up on the rack pulls, went up on the dumbbell rows, added another rep on the high rep close grip rows. Those are awesome. I was working with somebody for those. It was a little more rushed than I like, but man, I'm always happy to work in with people. It's a good time. It's a good time. You can motivate each other, push each other. And as far as I remember, that's it. Everything else is pretty much maintained at 100% intensity. I'm fried right now. I have the shake with me. You know, you saw me shaking it up a moment ago. I'm kind of just giving it a minute before I have it because I have a little bit of nausea from the workout, which I don't know. You know, it was one of those great lifts. And it kind of goes to show you what I was talking about a couple days ago with the leg day, where I we could title it leg day fail or something like that. But where you got to listen to your body. You know, that day, if I went in there and still tried to push it 100%, let's just say I was battling a cold. You know, hypothetically, I was battling a cold that day, and it was like the peak of the battle. And then I went in there and destroyed my central nervous system. Now all of a sudden, that cold was able to set in. And now that arm day I hit the day after, and today's back day, they could have been hindered because I decided to do that one workout that wouldn't have been fantastic anyway, because I just decided to over-stim my central nervous system. So, understanding when to pull back is important. Just like understanding when it's time to really throttle and just go after it, you know? You know, a lot of things too is, I'm getting people kind of almost every day now that I'll know in person. You know, a lot of people, when they start making videos and things like that, and I've been on and off making videos, but now we're clearly sticking through it. People are embarrassed, they're shy, but you got to remember one thing. You have way more people out there supporting you than anybody out there rooting for you to fail. Unless you're, you know, a really bad guy. But 9 times out of 10, you have way more supporters, and you're inspiring way more people than you're even aware of. You know, I've had people come up to me that say like, hey, I saw your posts in the videos, like I love them, I look forward to them, I appreciate it. And like, I had never spoken to this person before. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. You know, that means something, means a lot, means tremendous, blah, blah, blah. And it just goes to show. So if you're ever afraid of putting content out there, afraid of putting anything out there, just remember one thing. And that's that there will always be haters for anything you do, but the good always outweighs the bad. So long as you're doing good things, man, you're helping people and you're doing the right thing, that good will always outweigh the bad, to the point where you forget the bad even exists. And, you know, there's an analogy I love about the 2 wolves in your body, right? You have the bad wolf and the good wolf, and whichever one you feed is the one that grows to be who you are. Now, that bad wolf, he's greedy. He's always trying to immediately steal the food from the good wolf. Think of a good wolf like a dog, a well-trained dog. He's only going to eat if you feed him, and you've got to feed him by hand. You know, it takes a moment. But that bad wolf, if you leave that food out, he'll just grab it. Bad habits set in easy, man. You know, the 7 deadly sins. Not to bring religion into it in the slightest bit, but the 7 deadly sins. You know, they're things we don't realize our body would just want to do. You know, greed, lust, gluttony, things like that, where if you're not paying attention, half of them you'll slip into no problem, because that's the bad wolf just taking and taking. But hard work, dedication, discipline, you know, caring about others, doing things for people, you know, that's the good wolf. But that wolf, you know, that wolf's got to be fed by hand. However, when that good wolf is fed enough, he kills the bad wolf. He kills him, man. I don't believe the bad wolf can ever kill the good wolf, in the sense of you're so bad that there's zero good left in you. I believe everybody, even the worst people in the world, have some good left in them. And, you know, nobody is bad to try to be bad. Even the worst people in the world have some good agenda in their head that they think is a good agenda. You know, it's usually not when they're that bad, but they believe it's good and they wholeheartedly believe it. Excuse me. But when you really feed that good wolf, man, that good wolf will slaughter the bad wolf. When you're a good person, doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're a strong-willed person that does whatever they need to do for themselves, their families, their loved ones, and everybody around them. And when that wolf is fed, man, you know the day that bad wolf dies too. You can feel it. You know, you think about bad things, you're like, I would never, I could never. I don't mean protecting yourself. I more mean, you know, not taking care of yourself, harming others, and, you know, they don't deserve it. Things like that. When that good wolf officially kills that bad wolf, that's a day of reckoning. It is a good day that you feel it. And you might not know exactly what's going on, but you know, you feel that change in energy in your body. Not that the bad was ever taking over for you, but that it's just not there anymore. And that's the way you want to live life. Why would you want to go through life trying to be the bad guy, you know? Like I said, even when the bad guys think they're the good guys, why would you ever want to give energy and purposefully hand feed food to the bad wolf that's going to take it anyway and be greedy and vengeful and gluttonous? It's not worth it, man. It'll never do you any good, and that wolf will always come back to bite you. So on that note, there's some food for thought. Feed a little bit of it to the good wolf. Do some good today, man. And hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.